Does everybody know the man in the arena? Familiar? It is not the critic who counts. Not the man who points at the strong man stumbling, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man that's actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again, because there is no effort without shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, and who at best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at worst, if he fails, at least fails daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know not victory nor defeat. In 2005, I moved to New Orleans to pursue my acting career for television and film. And my friend, Chris Fontana, who's no longer with us, rest in peace, but stand-up comic, and he was telling me about the man in the arena, because I was struggling with imposter syndrome. What does imposter syndrome mean? Just kind of yell it out. What does that mean to you? You don't think you're worth it? You don't deserve what you have. Someone's going to figure out you don't know what you're doing. You're a fraud. You feel like you're acting. And so it really struck me, because he said, Armando, you're the man in the arena. And I didn't know what that meant, because I would always put myself in these situations that forced me to get uncomfortable. And I got introduced to improv. Has anybody ever done improv? Awesome. Love it. If you have never done improv, it's an amazing art form, but it changed my life. And the 3 rules that I'm going to share with you guys today is how I live my life. It wasn't just for acting, it wasn't just for performing, but I took it into my relationships, I took it into my business. And if you guys take anything at all from this presentation, if you guys can take the 3 rules of improv and apply it to your lives, you will have a much better journey. I can promise you. So the first rule of improv is say yes and. So if me and Hillary are doing a scene and I go, hey mom, and she goes, you're not my son, where does the story go? It tanks, right? Immediately. Then I'm feeling like, oh my God, okay, I'm on stage. She just denied. She didn't say yes and. I'm over here in La La Land. She doesn't have my back. But how many times do we do that? Right? How many times do we just judge somebody quick, especially the people that work for us, right? How often are we bringing in the editor, that inner critic, so quick? And I know because we have a bunch of attorneys in here, you guys are research obsessed, right? You guys are super analytical. You guys want everything to be perfect. But what's happening is you guys are not allowing yourselves to play. And that's where innovation happens. That's where we can problem solve on a whole nother level. And if you guys follow me today, I might take you guys to an uncomfortable place, but the speed of growth is tied to, if you implement what I'm going to teach you today, you will grow. And 6 months from now, we'll have a completely different conversation. So what I'm saying is, I want you guys to start saying yes and. If we're having a conversation, and it's not scripted. What's your name? Gabriela. And she says something to me. If I say no, or I'm judging, what does that make her feel like? Ostracized, she doesn't matter. Which brings me to number 2, is make your partner look like a rock star. Are we edifying people? Are we making them feel like their opinion matters? That they have a zone of genius? Or are we making them feel ostracized or judged ahead of time? How often are we doing that to ourselves? Immediately. We're our own worst critic. That inner critic in your mind that sounds like maybe parents or teachers, telling you, no, don't do that. Stop doing that. And so we judge ourselves way too early in the process, We don't get to do the thing because we're judging it so much that we put self-imposed obstacles in our way. So then we can't even attempt to do the thing that we wanted. That book you wanted to write, that business you wanted to start, growing your law firm, right? All of those things are limiting beliefs because we're not able to play. And then the third thing is say the first thing that comes to your head. And here's the deal. We are so judgmental of ourselves that we go to the second, third, and fourth option. But in improv, you don't have the luxury. You have to say the first thing that comes to our head. So if we're in that scene, hey, Mom, what's up, son? How are you? Thanks for bringing me to Disney. Awesome. Don't tell your brothers and sisters. I won't. You're my favorite, right? So now we have a story. Okay? And stories can build on yes and. And I'm making her look good. She's making me look good. I'm saying the first thing that comes to my head. And so I'm going to show you guys today, how can I implement that into my law firm? How can I implement that into my personal life so that we can start growing? I've been in dozens of Hollywood productions, from Prison Break to Queen of the South. I'd put that up there so I can brag a little bit. But what I learned is authentic confidence comes from what I call stage time. You have to have stage time. If you want to overcome imposter syndrome, if you want to go out there and start trusting your instincts, you've got to put yourself on stage. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that today. And then also commanding attention without being fake requires you really knowing who you are, trusting who you are. Because we're always putting the mask on. We want to be somebody that we're not. We want to get on social media and just do the highlights. That's what we think is authentic these days, but people are craving authenticity. With AI being as prevalent as it is, we're craving it. We want the authenticity, right? The imperfections, the thing that makes us human is what we're craving. But yet we're afraid to put that out. We're afraid to be vulnerable. And look, if you guys are, I'm not going to put anybody on blast here, I'll just look down, but if you guys are dating or wanting to get into the dating scene, use those 3 rules of improv. Say yes and, make your partner look good, say the first thing that comes to your head. That's how you make friends. And it was crazy because I'm also an Army brat, so every 3 years we had to move. And I got really good at making friends very quickly, right? Because I knew that in 3 years, I was off to somewhere else. And I didn't realize until I started taking improv that I already kind of had these skills, right? That I would have to be vulnerable first in order for somebody to feel comfortable being vulnerable as well and creating that space, right? So it's scary. It's scary being vulnerable first, but if you can, let that guard down a little bit and create the space for somebody else to show their zone of genius and make them feel good about it, you'll make friends. It'll be an easier life. You can grow your business, okay? And then the biggest transformation obviously happens when you put yourself in uncomfortable situations. So, glossophobia, did you guys know that was what it was called? The fear of public speaking? Yeah. So the fear of public speaking is the number one fear in the world. And I read a book, Luis's recommendation, called Switch. And in the book, he talks about the elephant and the rider. And the elephant is your emotional self, and the rider is your logical self. And in order to motivate yourself to get to where you want to go and to change, you have to motivate both these places. And so that's what I'm going to attempt to help you guys with today. So here's the imposter syndrome killer. We were talking about stage time. And when Luis was like, hey, can you talk about imposter syndrome and how it works and your experience with it? And I was like, okay. I went back and started thinking about all my clients and what were the through lines, what were the common themes. And what I noticed was stage time equaled confidence building. And what we noticed is podcast guesting, podcast hosting, and content creation was a way to get stage time. And obviously, actual stage time, right? But if you guys are able to guest and you're able to host and you're able to create content, this is your opportunity to get stage time on a regular basis. And so with podcast guesting, Obviously, you're going to build your personal brand. Obviously, you're going to increase your social currency. Obviously, you're going to get, other people's audiences. But here's the 3 rules of improv in play. Because if I'm doing a podcast, it's not scripted. We're saying yes and. We're building a story together, right? I'm forced to say the first thing that comes to my head, and that is very important. It is very important to understand that you have the instinct that we don't trust because we haven't had enough stage time to do that. When I started working on Bourbon Street as a lead singer of a cover band, I had to get an iPad, and I had to look at it, and I had to sing Don't Stop Believin' while looking at the iPad, and Billie Jean looking at the iPad, and it took me a while. But I could not get to that point unless I had enough stage time, enough practice to go, okay, I can hook up now. There you go. All right, ready? And so, and then you started getting, then I started getting fun with it, right? And creativity started to happen because I wasn't in this mechanical phase where we call unconscious incompetence, and I'll talk a little bit more about that, right? But you're able to say the first thing that comes to your head because if me and Guy are in a conversation and we're on the phone or we're on a Zoom call, low stakes, we're not heightened at all, I can take my time. It's going to be a lot different than if he's interviewing me and I'm a guest on a show and he asks me a question. I don't have time. I'm in a heightened state, right? I'm on camera, stage time. So I'm going to have to come up with the first thing that comes to my head. And then what happens is if I do that enough times, my confidence grows. My instinct, I'll start to trust my instincts, right? And I go, wow, where did that come from? That was always inside me. I just didn't have the vehicle to do it, right? And so you do it more, and you do it more, and you do it more, and then 6 months from now, you're just in a whole different spot. And that's what we saw with clients, that they were like, wow, okay, that's kind of crazy, these epiphanies and breakthrough moments that they were having, as podcast guesting, right? John Glon, our Bloom Growth coach, had major anxiety about being on podcasts, super self-conscious about what he sounded like, what he looked like, all the head trash that we have in our brains that serve us not, right? And we're always just too concerned with the judgment, right? But I'm going to tell you guys, if you guys can force yourselves into doing these things, and there's going to be fear, do it anyway. Do it scared, right? Just do it scared. And so he's done over 15 podcasts, closing deals from it, super irreverent. Podcast hosting, I really love. It changed my life, right? I've got a podcast. It is why I'm here today. Like me and Lewis got on a call during COVID. And it was a Zoom call. It wasn't even like a podcast. It was just like I said, Lewis, man, let's get on a call and let's talk about how you became so successful. I said, all right. And we spent about 30, 45 minutes, and I was interviewing him. And then, 3-4 months later, he was like, hey, I just started this company called 8-Figure Firm. I want you to come shoot some content for me. I was like, okay. And so I got involved in 8-Figure Firm, and here we are 5 years later, right? And I've been able to get into some amazing rooms as a result of connecting with people on my podcast, right? But once again, it allowed me to bring those 3 rules of improv. Because if I bring these people in and we're having these conversations and I'm giving them a space to talk and I'm making them look like a rock star, by the end of it, we're friends. We are friends, right? If you guys want to make friends with people these days, engage, really listen, really ask questions, build on those questions. Super easy, right? And we're once again, we're starving for connection, right? Everybody has a phone, but they don't know, we're losing the art of socializing, right? We're losing that art. And so this is an easy way to do it, right? And then the content creation loop. So if you guys aren't creating content for social media, you have a production company in your pocket. Everybody has a production company right here. Yeah? You should be putting out content. And I'll tell you why you're going to put out content. Not because your viewers are going to see it because what? Nobody knows you, right? Nobody knows you. And that's why you want to be creating content. But I would venture to say that when you start creating content, and it happened for me, you start reinforcing the message to yourself, right? When you're answering questions about what you do in your zone of genius, what happens is you're reinforcing that message to you. And prime example, Luis. When we first started creating content, how mechanical was it? I need to be on a teleprompter, it's got to be this way, and super structured and blah, 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 right? Now it's like, all right, man, just roll camera, I know what to do, right? And I would argue with anybody here that it was a result of putting himself out there on the regular that created that content feedback loop that got him to where he is today, right? People listen to him on social media, not just you guys, but the people that work for him. It's a sign of a healthy business, right? How many times do you guys see his ad for Evolve? Right? What I'm saying is like that content feedback loop to yourself reinforces that message, which is incredible. I've yet to find a vehicle that can overcome imposter syndrome and increase confidence as quickly. Can't read yourself out of it, can't listen to podcasts, can't write about it. Like, you have to do it. This is the man in the arena, right? So, here's a little milestones thing that I put together based on where I've seen breakthroughs happen. And we learn in 4 phases, right? Unconscious incompetence is where we don't know what we don't know because we haven't done it yet, right? Milestone 1, we're looking at 3 podcasts and about 5 pieces of content. And here's the deal, you got to put the content out. You can't just shoot the content and keep it on your phone or on a Google Drive. You've got to shoot the content and you have to put it on social media. That's where the rubber hits the road, right? That's the uncomfortable part. So then we get to conscious incompetences where we are, kind of still feeling a little mechanical, but you do around 10 podcasts and 15 pieces of content and you're starting to feel it, right? You're starting to get into mode. And then you get to conscious competences, about 25 podcasts and about 40 pieces of content, and you're pretty much over unconscious incompetence for sure. You've done it enough times where you're all like, okay, I'm feeling good about it. And then we get to unconscious competences, about 50 podcasts and 100 pieces of content, and you're in flow. You're in flow with the content, right? You're comfortable being out there. You're not feeling judged. It feels really, really good. So that's from absolute hate to what I call irreverence. So that's what we're going to do. Everybody grab your phone. Oh, grab your phone. I'm going to shoot it first. And I know it's going to be loud in here, which will be great. It'll be loud in here, so it doesn't matter, right? Everybody's going to be doing it, all right? I know. I'm not going to force you. I'm just saying the speed of growth in your business is tied to. All right. So I'm going to go. Ready? Hey guys, I'm on stage at the 8-Figure Firm Mastermind, and we're talking about imposter syndrome, and we're talking about why do I need to create content? Why do I need to put myself in uncomfortable situations? And it's for your own growth. So I want you guys to start creating content, not for people to watch your content. I want you to create content so that you have it as a feedback loop for yourself, so that you can create more irreverence in your life. Thank you guys so much. Talk soon. All right. I want you to think about one question. Think about one question that your clients are always asking you, or maybe it's a question that your staff is asking you, right? And you're going to start with going, a lot of people ask me blah, 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 and then you're going to answer that question. Y'all ready? Are you ready? Come on, let's grab the phone. Here we go. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're just going to do it. Y'all ready? And go. Okay. Did anybody die? Is everybody still alive? Okay. Nobody died. Make some noise. Nobody died. Hey, that's awesome. All right. Guys, it's super easy, right? The first time is always the hardest. First time is always the hardest. It gets easier and easier and easier and easier the more you do it, right? And that's the stage time that I'm talking about. Now I want to talk about how we can bring improv, that sense of play, into your law firm. Because once again, we're talking about how do we create innovation? How do we solve problems in an innovative way? And because we're always bringing the discernment in too early, we can't explore. So I want somebody to give me a problem that they're having in their law firm right now. Hiring. Love it, right? So we got a problem with hiring. This is what happens in improv. When we're doing a story, first thing we find is the weird, interesting thing, usually conflict, usually the problem, right? And then what we do is we heighten that 3 times. It's usually super funny, and then we're out, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to help solve hiring, what's your name? Kimberly. We're going to help solve Kimberly's problem right now with improv, all right? So how are we going to solve the hiring problem? Basic, super basic. How are we going to solve it? Hire people. I love it. We're going to hire and recruit people, all right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to heighten. And when we heighten the next solution, we want to make it nonsensical. Right? Here's the secret. It's got to be nonsensical. Right? So how else can we solve this problem that takes it up about 20 notches? A kick-ass job description. More nonsensical. That sounds too sensical to me. Kidnap your competitors' employees. That's it. Yes. Yes. Right? We're going to kidnap our competitors' employees. I love it. Now we're going to take it to 100. Right? Now we're going to heighten it to 100. Right? So let's get super nonsensical. How else can we solve this problem? What's that? Pick them from an employee tree. Yes. Yes, hire them right there. Maybe have a reality show like a American Idol type reality show where we hire somebody, right? Hire aliens. That's what I'm saying, right? Create an AI machine that figures out how to hire the right employees without you having to touch it, right? Okay. Why are we doing this? Because we have to start thinking, and I hate this term, outside the box. Right? But it's so true because that's where innovation lies. And we don't ever get to play. How has anybody in here ever done that in any of their quarterly or annual meetings? That's where you should be doing it. That's where you should be doing it. Having fun. And if somebody comes in with the no buts, you're all like, no, it's yes and. It's yes and right now because we're in brainstorm mode. Right? We're in problem-solving mode. But we can't solve problems from a place of fear, denial, judgment. We can only solve problems from creativity, openness, collaboration. And when people feel empowered to give you their input because we're getting outlandish, then it doesn't really matter, right? Faith can say whatever she wants. And we're like, yeah, let's write that down. It's amazing. Love that idea. And then Faith goes, yeah, it was really a good idea, wasn't it? And then she can come back and she'll say something else, and she's empowered to say something else. And now they're empowered to say something, and they're empowered to say something. And now all of a sudden we have like 10 solutions to this problem. That's how you guys can use this for growth, for morale building, for more fun in general. And like I said, take this not just into your business life, but take this into your personal life, right? Take this into your relationships. Yes, and make your partner look good, right? And here's the deal. You're like, well, how does this help my law firm? How do I grow with this? If you guys have the self-confidence, right, the self-assurance, when you guys eliminate this head trash, when you start eliminating judgment, and you can live in this creative and playful mode, all things are possible. Growth happens from that place, a sense of abundance, non-limiting beliefs, eliminating head trash. And here's the deal. Sometimes fear doesn't go away. You're going to have to do it scared. And don't let me have more belief in you than you do for yourselves. Right? Like, I believe in you guys, but do you believe in you? It's totally achievable. So, this is what I want you guys to do. Don't have to do it right now, but you should do it in the next couple of days. I want you guys to grab your phone, and what day is it today? Friday, September 19th. So on Google, in your Google Calendar, I want you to go to September 19th of 2026. And I want you to leave a message for yourself in the future and say, congratulations, Armando, on speaking on the 10 stages that you really wanted to speak on, that you finished your Life on Bourbon television series, and you finished that book that you really wanted to write. Right? That's for me. But I want you guys to verbalize what it is that you guys want to accomplish in the next year and create a video to yourself in the future congratulating you on accomplishing those goals. This is a very, very powerful exercise. I've done it before and it really, really works. And then, at the end of today, I want you to get on your phone and I want you to pick the biggest aha moment that you had today. And I want you to say, hey guys, I'm at the 8-Figure Firm Mastermind. And my biggest takeaway from the event was this. Blah, 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 blah. And then I want you to post it. And I want you to tag 8-Figure Firm in the post. And then do that again tomorrow. Say what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Could be a reel, could be a story, whatever you guys want. But I want you guys to put it out there. Yeah? How much time do I have left? Woohoo! All right, cool. So we're going to do some improv, okay? It's a fun little improv exercise. It's called the mind meld, all right? Let's see if we can get it. I'm going to see if we can get it done. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to start off with Guy. All right? I'm going to say a word. You're going to say a word on the count of 3. All right? Doesn't matter what the word is. We're going to figure that out. So the word could be table and rug, right? For instance. And then what's going to happen is you and Braxton. You and Braxton are going to try and take that word and marry it and try and say the same word, right? And we're going to mind meld together. And it's a really good exercise if you guys are right before a meeting, if you guys want to get on like the same page and really start to go, all right, we're going to collaborate in a good way. This is a fun way to do that, all right? So on the count of 3, I want you to say a word. You ready?
Ready.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Car.
Speed.
Well, it doesn't work like that. You got to say it at the same time. Got to say it at the same time.
When he says 3, just say whatever word comes to mind.
Yes,
It
and.
has to be right away.
Right
Time.
on.
Yeah.
All right, ready? So that you don't hear me and then you're influenced by it. Okay. You just got to come up with your own word. Ready? And 1, 2, 3. Sky.
Vision.
Sky and vision. Perfect. Love it. Sky and vision. So based on sky and vision, you guys are going to come up with the word. Look at each other. Think about it.
It's got you a mic right there.
Think about the word. Feel the word.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sky and vision. All right? The first word that comes to your head, look at each other. You know the word? And then on 3, say it out loud. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Mission.
Commitment.
Mission and what?
Commitment.
Commitment. Mission and commitment. All right, ready? So now you guys are going to go. Mission and commitment. What's the word? Look at each other, feel it. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Goals.
It's all right. It's all right. Move over here. Move over here.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to go goals and commitment. We'll do goals and commitment. Ready? And 1, 2, 3.
Action. Oh my gosh, I did not have, it's so hard. You don't give me enough time.
But you just got to go, right? Like that's the point of the exercise is you just got to go,
Okay.
right? Say the first thing that comes to your head. Don't judge it, just say it.
Okay.
Ready? Goals and commitment.
Revenue.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
Revenue. All right, revenue and commitment. Revenue and commitment. You ready? The word that
For me
comes.
still, or did we move
No,
on?
the two of you.
Oh,
Revenue
gosh.
and commitment. What's the word? Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Dream.
What'd you say?
Goals.
Goals and dreams. Close. All right, wait, right here. Goals and dreams, right here. You two. All right, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Accomplishment.
Faith?
Yes.
Accomplishment.
Faith and accomplishment. All right, here we go. All right, faith and accomplishment. Feel it. Be it. You ready? Faith and accomplishment. First word that comes to your head. Don't worry about it. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Future.
Future.
What were you going to say?
Present.
Present? Present and future. Great. Right over here. Right over here. We're getting there. Present and future. Present and future. Here you go. All right, look at each other. What's the word? Present and future.
Wait, I have to think. No.
Think of the word. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Excitement.
Success and excitement. All right, we're getting there. Yes, we need to yes, we're trying to say the same word at the same time.
Success and excitement.
Success and excitement. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Go.
1, 2, 3.
Money.
Dream.
Okay.
Money and dream.
Money and success.
All right, money and success.
and success.
All right, ready?
No, wait.
Just
Just
a
wait.
sec.
Just wait. Give us a sec. Give us a sec. What is it? Money and
You got
what?
your word, money and success. You got a
Money and
word?
success. What's the word that brings those two things together?
Quick. You got a
Money
word?
and
You got a
success,
word?
guys. You ready?
All right,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Amazing and
wealth.
wealth. We're going to be here all day. No, we won't. It's coming.
Okay.
Amazing and wealth?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Growth.
Moolah.
Growth and moolah.
Okay.
We're getting there.
Okay.
How much time do we got? 5 minutes. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Profit.
Excitement.
Well, so we don't want to say the same thing, right? Excitement and profit? All right, we'll do excitement and profit. But let's try not to use the same word.
Think of a word that connects those two words.
So
Excitement and profit.
Excitement and profit.
Where are you right now? Where are you right now? All right, ready? And 1, 2, 3.
Freedom.
Did you say freedom?
Yeah, no.
What did you say?
I said dreams.
Oh, you said dream and freedom. Close,
Sorry.
close.
Okay, freedom.
Dream and freedom. All right, look at each other. Look at each other. That's the word. That's the word. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Revenue.
Okay, let's do it. Do over.
Oh, good. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Sales.
Vacation.
Sales and vacation. All right. So here's what I'm going to say. Here's what I'm going to say. It gets easier the more you do it, right? We're only using one word. We're only using one word, and it's difficult for us to go, why can't I say that one word? Why is it? What is the thing that's stopping me from saying that word? Because we have it in us. And so what I urge you guys to do is to get more stage time. Create more opportunities for yourselves to start saying the first thing that comes to your head, right? Because if you guys can start doing that, the confidence just explodes. And I promise you, 6 months from now, we will be having a completely different conversation. Thank you guys so much.